An insider threat is defined as an attack perpetrated by a user or malicious code that is already inside the defended perimeter of a system or organization. Insider threats are dangerous because oftentimes these attackers know how the system is configured and know its weaknesses. Whereas an external attacker has to breach the firewall and then learn the system, an internal attacker already knows all that information, so everything you know about firewalls and other defenses aren't applicable to defend against an insider. When you think of insider attackers, you often first think of the disgruntled employees. However, along with malicious insiders, both clueless and careless insiders can bring external threats inside. The malicious insider could inflict the following intentional harm within an organization: theft, sabotage, or espionage. Conversely, the clueless or careless insiders expose the company to risk through social engineering, viruses through infected laptops, poor browsing practices that expose the network to malicious code, or stolen equipment and the loss of stored sensitive data. You need to take both internal and external threats into account when creating security solutions. To help protect against insider threats, there are a few best practices you can follow. The principle of least privilege. Ensure that employees have access only to the data they need to do their jobs and nothing more. Proper data governance. Monitor systems to understand where data is coming from, who is accessing information, and how they are using or changing it. Training. For careless insiders, train them to work with security in mind so that they are not unknowingly exposing data or the organization's network. You also need to think about how to respond to insider threats. Are you monitoring logs? Are you logging the right information? Is there a centralized administration module? Does one person in the core of the company have complete control over all your systems? How much do you trust that person? And who is watching the watcher? When it comes to insider threats, you need to think about how you will protect against these malicious insiders as well as the clueless and the careless.